Yair Golan, former member of the Israeli parliament in the Meretz party and former deputy chief of staff in the IDF, and Major General in the reserves, Eitan Dangot, former military secretary to 3 Israeli defense ministers and former coordinator of government activities in the Palestinian territories within the IDF. So let's start with you. I saw you nodding. I even saw you smiling. Your response to what we heard now from Benjamin Netanyahu.
Well, I think that Netanyahu lies and lies all the time. And I think that nothing here is genuine. It was achieved by the protesters after, huge pressure. And he understands right now that there is no other option. So he tries to escape his destiny. And in order to do that, all right, let's, calm down the situation and let's talk in the next, few weeks. But I can tell you the following. What are we going to discuss? There is no need for judicial reform in Israel. All it's needed here is, a reasonable government that follow, the path of the most Western developed countries in the world. That's what is needed here in Israel to be a solid democracy, nothing more, nothing less. What are the achievements of this government in the last 3 months? It's amazing. Israel almost collapses under this pressure of its own government. The anarchist is the government member, not, the Israeli public. The Israeli public is fighting for, democracy, solid democracy, liberal democracy. That's what we want.
It certainly is interesting, the fight for democracy, and exactly what that means and how it is defined has certainly been up for debate in recent months. Eitan, your thoughts on what we heard right now from the Prime Minister, specifically about the security forces and the IDF and the role and importance of the IDF in the country right now?
I didn't hear, maybe I missed it at the beginning, any kind of expectation of the assessment or estimation what are the threats towards Israel that bring the Prime Minister to change his policy towards security first and using the security in order to unite the situation in Israel. It's something that you have to do it under the threat. Secondly, it can be used by him as a tool or a ladder to go down from the tree he climb up. I only heard that he point as the IDF against those who refuse to come and to, as he said it before, and put the finger against those who are refusing to come and blame them.
And their commanders saying that they need to oppose insubordination.
Exactly. And I'm, let's say, was not optimistic before this speech, because as the hours passed and this speech came very late after 24 hours from yesterday, almost evening, I expected, like always, that Benjamin Netanyahu, after the situation has been now relaxed a little bit and calmed down, he came back in order to put himself as the situation before. And he will not be able to play with it in the coming future. It will be an end. The question is, what the payment already has been run. What will be the payment to bring Benjamin Netanyahu to stop everything? He didn't present any structure how to make to sit with Benny Gantz, or he put him as the guy who will sit with him that under Benny Gantz's letter, not as his request. And I think that what he done, he make a break now for the Israeli holidays for 1 month, Independence Day, the Memorial Day for the Holocaust, etc. And when we will come to the next stage of after the holidays, after the Independence Day, he will get enough time maybe to relax the opposition against him and to go on with his plan. Hour before, he made agreement with Minister Ben Gvir, about establishment of a new corps, a national guard that is under all the logic, and I have a little bit experience in this field.
Militia.
Instead of bring it to the police, to build a strong, to expand the police, he made something that shows what he did with Ben Gvir at the coalition agreement and with Smotrich. So I will sum it, we succeed to have a break. The demonstrations will continue. It will be a little bit lower,
Right.
and
Yair?
next shift will be heavier.
I want to bring you in here. Is he just kicking the can down the road, so to speak, while Pesach, the Passover holiday, is on, and then we're back, the country is back in that same impasse?
Well, I totally agree with Eitan, and I would say that look at the price Netanyahu has to pay for Ben-Gvir in order to have his own corporation. You know, it's amazing. It's just amazing to build, you know, a new militia, personal militia. That's for, you know, that's the way you postponed the process right now. That's truly amazing. It shows that Netanyahu is weaker than ever before.
Very briefly, we don't have much time left. You are seeing things through the eyes of the opposition and through the Meretz party. Talk to us very briefly about what you see as the divisions right now within the Likud. What do you see the Likud in terms of breaking up, fighting over what exactly you're discussing, but it's coming from his own people, so to speak?
It's not my role to analyze the situation inside the Likud. I believe that the Likud party today is almost Bibi Netanyahu parties and nothing more, nothing less. I don't see much figures who has, you know, the courage to oppose Netanyahu, maybe except Yoav Gallant, and I don't see, you know, the masses behind Yoav Gallant, unfortunately.
One optimistic. Bibi Netanyahu tonight was not Bibi Netanyahu that has started this process. It means he failed in summer, this kind, in the parliament, to make a vote that he planned today. It gave us a chance to see what will be the next stage. About your question yesterday evening, if you were listening to the Likud ministers, you could identify they are going absolutely to a different way. Today, during the last hours, you see how it's going and disappear from the area. They said only we support the Bibi Netanyahu decision. And it means what happened during the day, it's the typical way of Bibi Netanyahu. This is not the way. I know him in different way when I was in service. This guy today, the Prime Minister, is another guy.
Eitan Dangot, Yair, Golan, parting shot.
I tend to be optimistic as well.
We're still